There it is. It's going to get locked down one more time. And there they go. They're wrecked. And we're going to get a bit more. There it is. A lot more than double the salvage that we were going to get before. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to FTL, specifically our Engi career playthrough. That's right, we're diving on into the next available sector here, Sector 5. We only have a few more to go before we get to the end of this particular playthrough, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we will be successful. But at the moment, we're here, we're diving on through, we're seeing what we can get access to, and ladies and gentlemen, things are looking relatively good. So, as always, I am your host with the most, the Chronic Toast, and let's see what we got to do here in this Zoltan controlled sector. Now, for those of you that remember, last time we had some bad stuff happen. We lost some crew members, which is unfortunate. We did pick up a human crew member, which is good. They aren't very skilled, though. We did lose a virus, unfortunately. And before that, we lost Ken, who became virus. It's a convoluted, long, long story, long narrative. But we're looking for at least one more Zoltan crew member simply because they provide power, which is really, really important. And it's going to cost us a lot of extra scrap and salvage to get that squared away. In the meantime, though, we're currently jumping into the sector. We are in the middle of a huge nebula, which does slow down our pursuers, but still it makes it more difficult to get around. We can jump straight here to the store. We could go here and get access to some more stuff, but I think what we're going to do, because time is of the essence, we have to get all the way over here, and there's a lot of territory out here we can go through that is not going to be in a nebula, which really sometimes limits what you can actually get your hands on in terms of power and stuff, and it can cause some very significant problems. We're going to try to avoid that. So I think we're going to stop over here to the store first. We don't really know what we're going to run into. We might not be able to buy a lot. We only have 84, but fingers crossed, if there is a Zoltan crew member there, it's going to be enough to pick one up. So we're going to jump over there. We're going to see what happens, and we'll go from there. So, oh yeah. The Zoltan are fascinated by other species and have set up something of an alien knickknack shop here. Why not take a look? Well, let's dive in. Let's see what they got. And of course, we do have a Zoltan that we can pick up, and they have, lo and behold, ladies and gentlemen, they are really good on shields, which is huge. We really, really need that. That being said, we have another combat drone that we can't afford both of these. We're really looking for a combat drone 2 is what we're looking for down here. That's really going to be helpful. Let's see what they have here for page 2. They have a jammer, an automated reloader, which is cool, and an FTR booster. We're not necessarily looking for all of these. That's all right. We could fix our ship and buy some more stuff, which I think we will definitely do. But is there anything we can sell? We could sell this, the titanium system casing, but it's not really going to buy us enough to really kind of get us something we desperately need. Another combat drone would be nice, but again, a combat 2 would be better. So in the meantime, we're going to get in here. We're going to hire, I think their name is Pipaluk? 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 I don't know. We'll call him Pip for short. It's all right. Now, we don't really have much else we got going on, so we're going to go here and fix our ship, as well as, get some more jump fuel. That's all important. We're going to spend all the extra money we have just about, I think. That way we can do a lot of exploration. We are now having officially not a lot going on. But let's see what we have for crew members here. So right now we have Jill all the way over here. They're okay on shields. They'd much rather spend their time on engines, which honestly, I think that's what we definitely need to do. And we're going to send Narth up here to the O2 room for the moment. And we're going to send people look over here to the engines, which is good. That means we're going to get an extra bonus here once they get into this region and they're powering that area. We can get some more energy somewhere else, which right now we're okay. We don't necessarily need that. But the big question is, where do we want to send others? So we have Brian over here that's unskilled. We got something going on down here. It looks like they've got some sort of additional minimum here for the area where they're kind of starting from, which is cool. But we have Narth, we have Brian. What is Narth actually relatively good at? Just fixing stuff in general. That's okay. We can send Brian. Where do we want to send Brian? That's a good question. Where do we want to send Brian? I think probably, why not? We'll send him down here to this territory. Make sure that is always going to be up and running as much as possible. We're going to need that. And yeah, we'll definitely save that crew profile. We'll save their locations, and we should be off to the races to go where we gotta go. So let's get out of here. We're gonna get back up to this area and then probably start jumping around to one of these territories figure out where we want to go up there or start meandering down this way. There's a couple different ways we could go. We could just completely cut across this nebula, but where's the fun in that? Let's jump up here to this unvisited location and let's see what we got going on. Ladies and gentlemen, oh, that's right. The Zoltans. they they've got some interesting shields. You basically got to burn through their shields. They can't really regenerate in the classic sense. So it is a problem, but we will see. Intruders on board. That's not great. There are a few more zealous in their customs checks than the Zoltan. A team of border police beam on board. There's just a little confusion over your weapons licenses, but things escalate rapidly from heated discussion to gunfire. That's not good. We're just trying to get through this territory. We already got a crew member. If we could get a third crew member and possibly trade out Brian, that'd be okay. But, one thing at a time. Let's dive on in. Gonna hit that continue button and immediately go in and press that pause button. Oh, that's a lot of Zoltans. That's a lot of Zoltans. Oh, dear goodness. Actually, oh, I think Zoltans when they die, they explode, so that's not great. We're gonna send some individuals in here. Oh, shoot, we're being attacked and bad stuff is happening. That's not great. That's really not good. So who do we actually have? We have their shields individual over there. Jill doing a fantastic job. Actually, we have this backwards. Piplook needs to be there. And Jill might as well get in here and fight as well. Simply because, you know what, Piplook is going to be able to get our shields back up. We're going to need some people up here doing some definitely heavy lifting and some other stuff going on. So fingers crossed it works out well. We'll send Narth down here. Why not? So here we go. And a lot of stuff is happening. And there's a lot of fights going on. Bad things are happening. I think our crew members are doing all right. I think. Fingers crossed. Maybe they're doing okay. Maybe. I think they are. All of our individuals are still good. Everyone's still generally alive. But that's right. We do have to get over here and get some shots on over here on this ship. Otherwise, bad things are going to happen. We're going to get our combat drone built up. We're going to get targeting their shields to try to minimize some of the damage that's coming on in. We do have to get them down in order for our combat drone to get through. This is going to be a tough fight. We might need to FTL on out of here, and we can't deal with that until after we get all of these individuals taken care of. So one thing at a time. Our crew members are definitely healing faster than, other things. So that's all right. That's going good. And I think they teleported back potentially. And so with that, we will have our individuals go back to where they got to go. We're going to have Jill move somewhere else, I think. Jill's got the engines. We're going to send Jill back over here to the engines. This individual stay here, and it'll be all right. There we go. And we're going to save this new position. This will be cool. And yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, let's get our heads back to on straight. Let's kind of focus in on what we got going on here. Our ion blaster was down. We need to get that focused again. Ooh, there we go. Over here onto the shields. Auto fire is on. All right, here we go. Let's see if we can make this work. Lots of firepower coming on in. Not really great for us. We're losing a lot of hull, which is not good. Our combat drone is down. As soon as FTL drive jumps, unless we're actually able to get through their shields and get some more stuff going on, we might very well likely just need to bail. I'm hopeful we can get the salvage we need, but that large laser repeater is just, oh wow, 5 shots or something like that. That's pretty darn devastating. That is a big deal. Not particularly great for us, but we're gonna make it work. We got their shields down. We basically just have to continue to rain in a huge amount of damage. We got their energy weapons slowly getting down there. We're doing okay, and our drones are slowly losing power, but we're doing all right. And there they go, ladies and gentlemen. We only lost a quarter of our hull. Oh man, that exchange was not really worthwhile, but we'll make it work. Oh, one thing at a time. One thing at a time. And we'll get through this. We'll get our internal security cameras redone. Everyone's getting slowly healed back up. Send everyone back to their positions. There we go. And yeah, make sure everyone's where they need to be. So there we go. Jill is now getting into the second tier of engines. That is fantastic. That is where she needs to be. Or he. We don't know. Rock people are cool. And yeah, People Luck or Pip is over there on shields getting into the second tier as well, which is fantastic. and I think that's going to be great. This is that is very, very painful, unfortunately for us. But let's get where we got to get going. We're going to jump over here. This is going to be the better than jumping all the way over here, because we can get access to both things already. And it's going to be allowing us to get a little bit closer, a little bit further, to get some more options, which is pretty darn cool. Golly gee whiz, there's so many Zoltans. We wanted to find them, but I guess this is, I guess, I guess this is more than we bargained for. So a Zoltan ship is waiting at this beacon. They request your identification, but radiation from the sun in this system is disrupting your communications. They take your silence for aggression and move in to attack. Well, at least they don't have any teleporters. Not that that really saved us last time. There we go. Immediately pause, turn our ion blaster over, targeting their shield, get our combat drone rolling. And, if we have extra spare scrap, even if we get a combat drone 2, that's probably going to be helpful, or another combat drone 1. I think one at a time is going to be good. Now, here's interesting. You can see their shields aren't really recharging. Their shields only recharge primarily when they go through an FTL jump, is my understanding. But their shields are supposed to be pretty darn good. I don't know if that's playing out with what we're seeing here, but it's all right. We're slowly burning through them, and that's okay. They've got that laser repeater there fully charged and it's about ready to fire. That's going to be very painful. Very, very painful. 5 shots or something crazy like that. Oh, man. That is... We need more shields. We need more shields pronto. We need another research point into it, and then we need to get the energy to actually do something with that, which is something that's a bit concerning. Actually, ladies and gentlemen, so a few of you are probably already screaming at me here in discussion. We have a cloak. We have a stealth, which is going to allow us to dodge a lot of this incoming fire. And we're going to try this out right here. We're going to come ahead and press this. There we go. And this is going to shoot on off. I think we might have timed it really, really poorly as the cloak slowly comes back up. And a lot of misses, which is pretty nice. And that's good. We just need to get there and basically have this on repeat. As this gets done from a cooldown, they're probably going to fire before we can make this work, but we might get a chance to get them blown up first. Fingers crossed, and there we go. And we're cloaked. And what happens when we get cloaked is it means that things like missiles and things like bombs, they just pass right through. And so it's a good opportunity to, rather than just spam that button, keep an eye on what weapon systems the enemy is throwing at you. And you can get in there and push that button and basically avoid a lot of damage. We could have done ourselves a huge service in the last fight or two going down that road. So there we go. The ship explodes. It's all right. And yeah, I don't think we can get this on. So C is the hotkey, which is cool. Basically, an increasing invasion by 60, which is awesome because it's already, you know, pretty decent. Evasion's already pretty relatively high. We got our dodge over there. And let's see, what do we have for piloting? Main evasion is plus 10. It works out. It works out well. Oh, but let's see where we got to go. Here is the individuals, the rebels slowly coming in. Let's jump to the next sector. We need to get more, scrap. We need to keep going, but our hull is, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. It's a problem. Oh, this is nice. This is nice. Debris from a forgotten battle still orbits the gas giant in this system. Some of it still might be useful, which is awesome. We got ourselves some scrap here. I really want to sell some missiles. We're not really planning to use them this time around. So there we go. That's doing good. That's doing good. We're going to jump to the next. Oh, and there's a store over here. We can buy some stuff. I think what we're going to do first, though, is we are likely going to jump to this system right here, which is adjacent to the store. You can see the little arrows pointing down here. We get one more chance to get a bit more C-bills. I'd like to get above 150 in case we can get access to a bit more upgrades or some other opportunities. So I think we're going to jump over here, and we're going to see, fingers crossed, if we can't get just a little bit more C-bills without a large amount of damage rolling our way. And, oh, boy. Teleporters. Yeah, this is going to be painful. This is going to be painful. I don't see any weapons deployed. They might deploy them later. I think they're right here on the sides. I'm not sure. But a pirate fighter, one with a teleporter. This is going to be a dangerous proposition. Emergency! All ships in range. We are under attack. The frequency matches a nearby Zoltan ship. You move in on their pursuer. They take your intervention as a cue to jump away. Cowards. Oh man, so now we're stuck fighting. This is a bummer. Sometimes these work out well, where you can defeat the pirate and then you get extra cool stuff from the people you just rescued. Does not seem like that's going to be the case. So we're going to immediately get in here. We're going to press the pause button get our ion blaster going up here. We're not going to be able to get enough action in here to get their teleporter down, which is a problem. We just got to see where they're going to teleport, and then we'll start moving individuals around. And hopefully it works out well. So we'll see where they teleport to. You can see that they've just done their teleportation thing. If that's it, that's not a big deal. We're going to send Narth over here. That's going to be pretty straightforward. And we're going to send our Mantis friend over as well. And, oh gosh, no one's actually going anywhere. So there we go. There we go. There we are. Now, it's just a human. We should be able to get in here and wreck them pretty hard. I'm not too worried about that. So there we go. They're taken care of. We're going to send everyone back, return to their locations. And it'll be all right. It'll be all right. We got their shields down, or mostly we're working out with our ion blasters over here. There we go. Their shields are currently recharging relatively fast. Unfortunately for us, they are doing a really, really good job of launching some missiles our way. So we do got to keep an eye here again on this cloak. I'm failing at that. Our hull is at half, and that is 100% on me. So there we go. We just got to keep an eye on some of those missiles when they do decide to get shot. There we go. We're going to cloak, and the missile goes on by, which is fantastic. And that's a really nice way to use the cloak and keep ourselves getting wrecked pretty hardcore. Now, there is a cooldown here, and we might not make it in time, which is always problematic. Looks like, yeah, we're not going to make it. And, ooh, pain, 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 pain. We'll have it available for the next time around. However, our ion blaster does not have enough juice. Oh, boy. Slowly repairing. Slowly repairing. Not great. Not great. Their weapon systems, though, it looks like they have taken a hit. So there is only one weapon system up. We have our ion blaster not quite available just yet. We do have a few more bits of hull to get them taken care of. And we are jumping to a store here relatively soon, which is going to be nice. And so at the end of the day, it's not so bad. We're probably going to win this. But again, we're taking way too much damage. And it's because we're not able to dish it out. We need to find a combat drone 2, or at least another combat drone 1, at the very least. Additionally, a second Ion Blaster wouldn't necessarily be the end of the world, even an Ion Blast 1. That's not really something that I figure we're likely going to run across. So here we go. And that's missing, thankfully. We're just trying to do some damage here, and we're just going to hold this cloak in reserve just in case they get that weapon system back online. I don't think they will, but they might. It is something to be cognizant of. And they're saying, "Hey, you win. Here's some equipment." No, we're gonna hold out. You're not giving us anything that's really meaningful. We're gonna look for more I'll keep wanting to say Seabills, but scrap, that's what we need. So we're going to do that here. And we're just going to do some bit more damage. There it is. It's going to get locked down one more time. And there they go. They're wrecked. And we're going to get a bit more. There it is. A lot more than double the salvage that we were going to get before. 53 salvage points is pretty darn awesome. 185. And we're probably going to spend 30 to 50 of that just on repairs. But before we do that, we do have to make sure that we get as much equipment upgrades as possible as we can. So let's see here. Everyone is all repaired back up as much as they can. We're doing all right. And we're going to jump over here to this store, and then we're going to go to the distress signal. These can be good. These can be bad. And it puts us in a good spot to kind of make some decisions on how we want to get back to this exit. I think that's going to be okay. If we do run across a lot of really good opportunities, we could always dive right back in to the store, which is cool, and take more advantage of it. A Mantis crew here has hunkered down in the abdomen of a long dead space whale. Okay, I have some concerns. The only way, presumably, for them to operate their black market trade without detection. Worth a look? Well, we're here. Why not? Sounds like a whale of a good time. They don't really have anything good. They don't have anything good to buy. We could hire Nick, which is pretty cool. Yeah, advanced FTL navigation would be cool. We can kind of go anywhere we want. So what that means is after you explore a region, you can just jump back really quickly. So if you have a store that's further back in the sector you were just in, you can just jump over there within one jump, which is good. FTL Janner helps slow down enemy ships, but again, that's not really helpful. We could hire Nick. I don't think we need him for the piloting, but we do need him potentially for the energy generation. Not great. Can we buy a crew member? We can't, but we can go up here and we can dismiss somebody. So that's the question we have to figure out. Do we want to dismiss Brian? I think we kind of do, and I think we want to hire another Zoltan. I think that's going to be worthwhile. So see you, Brian. Nice knowing you and meeting you. Yeah, and Mars already a really, really good piloter over here. So let's see. The crew will be gone forever. You sure? Yeah. Sorry, buddy. have fun at your new location. And we're gonna go back to the store. And we're gonna hire Nick, because why not? It seems like a good place to go. And we're gonna send Nick somewhere up here. So where can Nick go to power a system? We could send Nick to the O2 system. That would be worthwhile. I think that'd be okay. It's really a system that I don't think Narth is. I mean, other than repairing, they're doing all right. So that's gonna be good. Then we can send Narth down here to this area. It's a good place to fight. We're going to need a rock individual down here for that's where we kind of congregate to fight people off our ship. We get that better healing bonus, as well as they can fight good and they're going to repair good. So that's going to be a good place to be. And with that, again, we've got, you can see we have one here for the drones, one here for the OT, one for the shields. We now have 3 additional power, which is fantastic. And we're going to come up here and save this location. And I think, ladies and gentlemen, rather than storing up stuff for a store, now this is probably a bad decision because there's not much here that we want. There really, really isn't. We're going to fix everything we can. That's all right. That's good. We can get a bit more. And we're going to come over here to the upgrades, I think. And honestly, we're going to spend that second point here, 60 for the shields. There we go. And we now have the ability. We've got extra power over here thanks to our Zoltans to get in here and get this powered up. So now we have 3 shields active, which is really, really nice. And we can always keep an eye on what we want to upgrade next. For onboard combat, getting this upgraded is going to be really, really fantastic, especially if you can get it to the 3rd one. Oxygen generation can be good too. If you're in a rough situation, you can lose crew members. But again, we're already situated here on the extra space we'll likely need for a combat drone. The big question is there anything else that we can do with this to make it more worthwhile? And I think honestly, getting the shields up, getting the engines up is going to be very, very powerful, and making sure that we've got enough stuff down here to power some stuff. Because I'm going to dive back into it. We have a lot more power that we can generate if we need to, that we can get unlocked. But with the Zoltan crew members we have, things are working out relatively well. I'm pretty excited and pretty happy about that. We've got our crew relatively well powered. We're going to turn off the teleporter. We don't need that right now. We're just saving that for the end of the battle. So we got 2 energy floating right now, one of which we'll use for a combat. So we effectively have 1. That's pretty nice. That's pretty darn nice. So with that, we're going to jump down here. Then we're going to come up to the distress and really figure out which way we want to go. It really depends on how close these individuals get. And fingers crossed it works out all right. So here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we're jumping down to an unknown, uninhabited sector. It's probably got some stuff going on. A Zoltan shipyard is stationed at this beacon. You admire the display of hundreds of glowing Zoltan performing delicate exterior work on a massive transport ship. Cool. So we just jumped for no reason, apparently. Well, that's all right. It's all part of the adventure. We're going to jump up here and see what this distress signal is. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it works out well. That would be a nice change of pace. The distress signal is coming from a small space station orbiting an uninhabited planet. Their satellite defense system has gone haywire, and their repair crew can't approach without being fired on. They're looking for help to fix or disable it. Sure, we can promise to help. Now, we have some options, right? We have our ion weapon to disable this defensive system. We have our Engi crew to remotely repair its targeting system, which is good. Hopefully that works out well. Or we can cloak. I think we're going to go with the Engi crew member. It's all about code and stuff. We should be all right. There we go. Nice. Your crew member is able to remotely fix the glitch in the defense AI, allowing the repair crew to close in and finish the job. The station gives you its thanks along with a reward. This is cool. Again, scrap is fantastic. And back up to 81, which is nice. That's really, really helpful. That's really helpful. And sure, we'll jump down here to another distress signal, I think. We definitely have the time for it. And then we can go to the exit, and we'll get on out of here. I think that's going to be a worthwhile amount of time. We've got some upgrades. Things are working out all right. It should be cool. You find the source of the distress call, a small research station. It appears a small laboratory fire got out of control and is threatening to destroy the station. Their fire suppression system is not responding. We could send our crew in a shuttle to help put out the fire. That's dangerous. Doc and try to rescue the survivors. We could potentially gain a new crew member, but lose some of ours, I think. And I'm just noticing there's this little really cool comet over here, which is awesome. Or maybe a pulsar. Not really sure. We could leave, or we have a rock crew member. Rock crew members are immune to fire, which is fantastic. So we're going to try this, and hopefully there isn't anything else going on in the station. Your rock soldier tears through the airlock directly into the fire. You've never seen someone that large move that fast. It disperses as much fire suppressant as possible into the heart of the blaze, and eventually the fires start to die down. That's cool. Let's contact the survivors. Oh, so we got an augment, which is awesome. We can use this for now. We can sell it for later on, which is really, really fantastic. With the most of the fire under control, the scientists are able to help secure the station. They offer you their sincere gratitude and a generous reward. So this is really, really handy. And that's awesome. Let's go take a look at what we actually have installed on our ship now. And so there it is. Advanced FTL navigation allows the ship to jump to any previously visited beacon. This should sell for a handy little sum. Now, what this means here is as we take a jump, we can jump to anywhere we want to beforehand, even from where we are. Um, it's an unvisited location. I'm pretty sure we can't jump to these locations. I think it has to be visited, and that's okay. That's not a big problem. So that's gonna be handy until we decide to sell it. But in the meantime, we're gonna go to the exit. We're gonna get on out of here. Maybe there's some extra stuff here. We'll see. You arrive at the long range beacon. When the FTL drive is charged, you can jump to the next sector. And ooh, okay. A nearby space station hails you. Greetings. Your arrival is most fortuitous. We recently came across some extra drones. If you have some fuel, perhaps you could make a deal. Two fuel for two drones is not bad, especially since we still have yet to run across a drone recovery arm. So I think we can spend this for now. I think that's going to be worthwhile. That should be good. And get some extra drones. A little bit of fuel. That's all right. And I think with that, we're good to go to jump to the next sector. So let's do so. And we're going to another Zoltan controlled sector and then potentially into two more pieces of enemy territory or down here to an unidentified civilian sector. You get more combat if you go into hostile sectors, obviously, but you get more opportunities to rescue people and potentially get some extra bits and goodies. So it is a bit of a trade off, one way or the other. And this is going to be a nice change of pace because we still don't have a really good set for weapons. We are just barely scraping by, in all honesty. We've seen this before. We're still going through Zoltan territory, and this is pretty intriguing. We could hop all the way through the nebula and really work our way up and really slow down the pursuing rebel fleet. But really, I don't want to deal with losing that power. So we're going to try to navigate our way as much and as quickly as we can through this. And if we get more time, we can always navigate up and out and still get access to this exit point. But we do have to come into this point right here, I think. Any of these 3 points are the only way to get here. This one is not in range. So that's pretty cool. We'll have to dive on into that, into Sector 6 in our next episode. Again, if you like this series, please let me know in the comment section down below. Hit me up over on Twitter at TheChronicToast with your thoughts on this if you don't want to post here on YouTube. And otherwise, is there something else you'd like to see me play? Is there something you think I'd be pretty intrigued by, or just in general that you want to see me kind of work through? Let me know. I'm always looking for new ideas. And as always, much appreciated for stopping on by and checking this out. And I will see you next time. Have a good one.